So probably my favorite poem that I've ever written is this one right here. And it says, trying to fit a city into one bedroom, writing a poem. And the reason why this poem means a lot to me is because that is how I view the art of poetry. Like, you have to take all of these things that you feel and all of these things that someone else is telling you, and you have to put it in the least amount of words as possible. Sometimes when I'm typing, I feel like my typewriter is like, I don't know, kind of like a machine gun with bullets, if that makes sense, because it's like I'm hitting it and it's like making all these like loud sounds, and every word is like so crucial. So it's not like a novel, it's not like an essay where you can like have 4 or 6 pages to say how you feel. In a poem you have like 12, 15 lines, and that's it. And so I just love the goal of a poem, which is you have to take all of the words like kind of like flowers, and you have to like pick the most beautiful, the most perfect ones for that person, for that moment. That's hilarious. I'm like a therapist.
Yeah, basically.
Poet, Harry Styles. Like,
oh yeah, so it all works out.
Okay. So sometimes like people give me topics and I like don't know what to write.
I am in love with Harry Styles. Just write it about like me and his relationship. Yeah.
He makes us happy.
Yeah.
So like I know like a little bit about Harry Styles. Like I know that he dated Taylor Swift, and the person who asked for the poem, she was like, yeah, but that was like 10 years ago, and I'm like, oh shit. That's like all I know about him. So I was like, okay, he was in One Direction, he is like, cute, he's like fun every time I see him on TV. So I just like, when I don't know a lot about the subject, I'll like ask some questions. So I asked her like why she loved him, and she's like, oh, because like I always have loved him. And so I just like made it a really fun, like playful poem.
I'm reading her mind. She's writing about Harry Styles.
No, really.
And I made sure I like made it rhyme for her, so it was like really cute and really lighthearted.
Harry Styles, in One Direction, I knew our romance would begin. You open up through your lyrics, and it was true love we both fell in. Oh! Songs belted upon a stage, perfect face I hold. In these picture frames, our romance was torn, the sky open. Our romance remains unspoken, but true. Forging. Aww, I love it! Thank you so much! Okay, how much is it?
Like I do this because I love poetry, but I also do it for another reason, which is probably like the main reason, and it's because like I want women, especially women of color, to know that they have a place in the art world, right? Because like when I was growing up, I didn't see people who looked like me, who made like poetry that was popular, or even poetry that was accessible, because a lot of times like museums and poetry readings, they're expensive and they're not in places like New York, right? It's hard to find. So yeah, that's probably like the biggest reason I do this, is because I just want to like prove to people that they can do what they want. Like you can be an artist, like you can do whatever you dream of, because if you love something, then it's totally possible.
Once you give it away,
So I've written about like people's breakups literally right after they happen. I've written about one time this guy was telling me that he just had a first date with someone and that he knew he was going to marry her. And I was like, okay, that's really sweet, but that's like extreme. And then this happened like 2018, and then in early 2019 he came back to me and was like, oh, we're getting married. Like, it's so I actually like wrote a poem like after their first date, and I wrote a poem like for their engagement party. And so I would say like that's like another really cool thing about this is people seem like they're so like, I don't know, different or disconnected, but like I sit here and people sit across from me and I just like realize how similar we all are, because like I write poems about people's heartbreaks, people's loves, people's like new life changes, and I get to see like these secrets that we all have that we think, you know, we're alone in, and that we just really aren't. Like we're all so connected. And I think that's like another beautiful thing about it. Like, also it's like surprising how easily people talk to me. Like, I don't know, like sometimes people tell me things I don't think they tell their best friend. They're like, okay, I have this secret and like, can you please like capture it? And I think that's really cool too.
I was thinking like what you were doing, like how you kind of open up to people, like how's that feel, you know, kind of find purpose in life, like meaningfulness. That's what I've been thinking about. Yeah, let's do it. Maybe put a little spin on your kind of feelings about that.
About connection.
Yeah, like find purpose. But it's also the best thing about it.
I agree. When I first started doing this, I would actually have my book and I would write the poems for people like on the last 2 pages of the book. But the thing is that my handwriting is not easy to read. So one day I had someone who came to my table, who's now like a good friend of mine, hey Eli, who was like, oh, you know what? It's cool that you write them by hand and it's cool that you like put them in your book, but wouldn't it also be cool if maybe you put it on like aged paper and you had like a typewriter, because it kind of fits like the whole vibe of spontaneity and like I don't know, like I guess like freedom in a way, because with a typewriter and with like a pen you only have like one decision in a moment to make, right? So when I type something I can't like delete it on a typewriter, and I like that because whatever words I choose, like I can't go back. So it's just like, I hope it's right, and I hope that like when I give the poem to the person, it conveys like what I want it to say.
Yeah, but are we gonna I wanted a poem for my boyfriend. We're currently long distance. And it's gonna be like a couple months together. So I just wanted to send him something sweet. And he lives in Canada. So I'll be shipping it to Canada.
Every single day, like I usually spend a couple of hours like just reading poems. And so like honestly I feel like I have like 1,000,000,000,000,000,000 trillion words inside of me. Probably like 9 times out of 10 when I give someone a poem, I wish I had more time with it, but I know like, you know, they can't wait like 2 hours. But like if they gave me 2 hours, like I would have so much fun. Like I would write it, I would put it down, I would like look at it again, and also every day when I'm finished, I go back and I read everything that I wrote and I try to figure out what I could have done better. Like in this poem about this like newborn baby that's coming, like did I really like capture everything? Could I have like used this word instead of this word? And so next time I just hope every time I'm like a better writer.
Thank you.
I hope you guys like it. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.